You've made a mess.
Well, you're not here to help me clean up.
Bro, I leave you in charge for a week. This is what I come back to?
Yeah, but you want to see something cool?
What?
Check out these bad boys.
Brother.
When we say we want to be loud and seen on the field, that's what we mean.
Son, that's bright. So I've been going on vacation for the last week. Just got back. Hunter has been here putting in work on the wheels for the Danger Ranger. Got those jokers powder coated. So this week, we've got 5 days.
Including today.
We've got 5 days.
5 days including today and Friday going down there.
That's the day we leave. So technically, we've got 4 working days left. We've still got a lot of stuff to do, man. We've got wheels to get put on. We've got exhaust to do. We've got seat brackets to build. We've got a truck to paint.
And make stickers and put the stickers on.
We've got our work cut out for us. So right now, we're about to get this joker loaded up. We are going to my buddy Tony's shop at All-Star in Bonifay. They're going to get us hooked up with some exhaust on this thing because I cut the exhaust off right underneath my feet. So we've got big plans for that. We're going to go ahead and get that put on. That's going to get us a big step in the right direction toward getting this thing completely wrapped up, getting some exhaust ran on it. We're also going to get the wheels and tires put on it. Then when we get back, we're going to actually go ahead and get started installing some of our, well, I say installing, fitting in some of our safety equipment. We're going to get the cage painted and all that. But we're about to get this thing completely wrapped up. So that way we can race this weekend. You think we can pull it off?
I'm sure hoping we can pull it off.
I'm sure hoping we can pull it off too, but I'm getting a little bit stressed out because we're running out of time. This is All-Star after hours. We got Tony's over there working on something, so he's getting ready to put the exhaust on, but he said it'll be a few minutes before we can get started on that. So in the meantime, here's what those tires on.
They gave us the dangerous job of us to put tires on by ourselves.
Yeah, just letting us do our thing, which is fine. I used to be a tire guy here years ago, but that was years ago, and we're liable to mess some stuff up.
Yeah, so let's see how well these green wheels turn out after we're done.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my God, is that Garrett from Misfit Moto?
In real life.
The man himself.
The real deal.
Hey, just so you know, I'm here to save this trip and this journey.
Yeah, because
to
we're
Freedom Factory.
leaving out Friday. So
That's right.
This man is single-handedly about to make sure we make the Freedom Factory this weekend.
he texted our group chat yesterday saying that everybody needs to be at the shop every night this weekend.
Every single night. He is scheduling things at this point to make sure that we make this
We
happen.
need to make him our manager.
Check that out.
Got wheels.
Got wheels all the way around, and we're gonna have to lower this thing.
Yeah, because the offset on this is kind of nutty.
Nutty, but the tires are only like 23 inches.
Yeah, they're. I mean, it's off the ground, but still, that's about where it'll sit.
What was it Garrett said? Skateboard?
Skateboard.
It looks like a skateboard.
But got those sitting on there. They're not bolted in not bolted down because the lug nuts are in the truck, and we got it on the lift. So we're working on exhaust now, and let's tell you guys what the plan is. Right now, we're kind of kicking around the idea of running the exhaust back and exiting it out the bed with a dual pipe like NASCAR.
I'm hitting my head on something. Can't
So
see.
But we're thinking about running it like NASCAR just because I think it will look cool. And honestly, we've already talked about this. We know this thing's going to be slow. We're not going to be able to compete. May as well look good.
And sound cool and look
And
cool.
sound cool and make people think that it's more than it actually is. But it'll be fine.
If we really want to be NASCAR, we would have done boom tabs.
Boom tube. But I think it'll look cool with dual exhaust, a little trim going around it, but it'll look good. So that's what we're doing now. Tony's dragging out the machine, getting ready to bend up some pipe, get it fitted in here. This thing will sound a little different. At least it won't be popping under my feet.
Yeah, and it won't get your feet hot.
Won't get my feet hot. And hopefully it'll fit the rules because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't like that.
No, because it is, where's it at? There's one, there's two.
Yeah, definitely a little less than ideal. So we're gonna go ahead, start fitting up some exhaust, making some progress.
What you think?
You know, like it's got a cam in it, son.
It's not right underneath your feet.
All right, guys, so we got the truck back to the shop last night. We were leaving All-Star, loading this thing on the trailer. We had a little bit of a mishap. After all of that time working on the exhaust, we were loading the truck on the trailer, and one of the ramps fell off, and we did a little bit of damage to the exhaust, which is really unfortunate, but something I'm going to be able to fix. So I'm going to show you guys real quick what happened. And then I'm going to climb under there with the welder, go ahead and tack a couple of things back in place, and then I'm going to get started going ahead and welding out the cage, finishing that up completely so we can get started completely wrapping up our interior. I'm going to show you guys real quick what happened with that. It's pretty upsetting. So the exhaust is still coming through the bedside. As you can tell, it sits a little bit low now. It was pretty centered in the opening there, but whenever we were loading everything up on the trailer, we kind of flipped the ramp sideways, and it caught this, and it bent the exhaust way down, pulled it out of the hole, and then just kind of made a mess. You can see right there, it even ripped the pinch weld and kind of did some damage down there. But really not too terrible. I'm just going to put a jack under it, jack it back up where it needs to be, go ahead and tack everything in place, weld that out so hopefully it holds it in place. And then, Lord willing, everything still lines up like it's supposed to. But we are going to make those little trim plates to go on the bed. So I'll be able to dress it up to make it look like it needs to look. So I'm going to go ahead and break out the welder, get started on that. And then hopefully here in just a little bit, we are done welding on this thing. It may not look like it, but it is the same day it was when we were filming earlier. But I had to change because it's hot out here.
Yeah, that was probably the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
The amount of sweat that I wrung out of my shirt was pretty gross. We've got to get AC or something in the shop.
Yeah, that or some exhaust fans.
Exactly. But good news is the cage is completely welded out.
And the windshield is gone.
The windshield's gone, so we can just poke right through there. So we wanted to run some Lexan, but I started looking, and all the other guys that are building these are not running glass or windshield at all. They're basically running like some rebar in front of the driver, so if anything tries to come in the cab, anything big tries to come in the cab, they're protected. So I'm going to do the same thing. I got a stick of rebar. We're just going to cut it right across here. We might space it out all the way across. I don't really know yet. But, like I said, the cage is completely welded out. And let me just go ahead and say, a flat disc and some paint will make a welder what he ain't. And some of these don't look fantastic. You can definitely tell what I did at Chris's shop and what I did when I got back here with a welder that I'm familiar with. It is what it is. It's welded. We'll take care of that. So, next thing we need to do is I need to go ahead and fit these rear down bars. We don't have to run these, but the rule said, that it was said something along the lines of they're not required, but encouraged. So, got another stick of pipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to run it right out of the back of the cab here, straight down probably to about the middle of the bed, right across there. So, I'm going to cut a couple pieces of pipe, weld in there. What I'm going to do with Hunter, who's behind the camera right now, I'm going to set him loose actually cleaning out the window channel. We've got a nice stiff brush, wire brush that goes on the grinder. So we're going to let him work on that while I work on getting this done. And if he gets done with that before I get done with this, I'll set him loose with a flat disc on some of these welds. What you think?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Anything's a terrible idea.
Well, it's because I'm cleaning up after you.
Well, you know, it'd be like that. But anyway, anything's a terrible idea in this heat, but we got to get it done. We've got, after today,
2 days. And maybe Friday morning.
Oof. Not well.
Not well.
Not well. Let's get to work.
I can say this is officially the first race truck I have been a part of with down bars.
Full-blown race truck now that we got the down bars. And one thing we didn't film that we just figured out was the old window net. So it don't get no more race truck than down bars and a window net.
And really bright wheels.
Real bright wheels, dude. This thing is really starting to come together, and we about to make it come together even more. Because now, you can't tell, we in the paint booth, which means we about to scuff up this here roll cage and put some paint on it. It's getting late at night. We've been pulling some serious all-nighters on this rig, and it ain't stopping now.
It's currently 11:11.
11:11. So, we're going to scuff this thing up. Gonna hit it with this primer right here. It says clean metal primer, but it is what it is. We're just going to spray it white because we're going to follow it up with a little bit of green. And what I figured out is that this green don't cover real well, but it'll cover white. Okay, so, you know, if we do it that way, maybe we'll get that.
Right.
In theory. Anyway, we're going to grab some sandpaper, get this cleaned up, get this thing in some color. Alrighty guys, so we finally got the cage sprayed. I ended up spraying it with that white primer and it came back with that green. Let me tell you guys, I used 4 coats of that Rust-Oleum fluorescent green on this cage, and there's still definitely some light spots, but I did what I could do with it because the coverage on that stuff is absolutely terrible. And so anyway, we got it painted. The cage is at least green. It's not perfect, but it's green. And I don't know if you guys can tell right there, it matches the wheels pretty good. So it's looking pretty sick. I'm happy with it. Obviously, we didn't mask anything off because we are going to paint the truck, but looking pretty good. So it's really, really late. It's almost 1 in the morning. I'm tired, and I think some of these late nights and this night air is starting to get to me because I'm starting to develop a little bit of a sore throat. So I'm going to call it a night tonight right there with the cage painted. Gonna get in there, take some meds, get a shower, and go to bed. I'll get back out here tomorrow, and tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and get the seat brackets fabbed up for our race quip containment seat. We're gonna go ahead and start getting all the interior painted and getting that stuff wrapped up, get the body going back together, and then we're gonna go ahead and start our paint prep for the actual paint job. So, being we got the cage sprayed tonight, we are still on schedule, and tonight's Tuesday, tomorrow is Wednesday, and then we have Thursday, and we're supposed to be leaving on Friday to get to the Freedom Factory for the Danger Ranger 9000. So, got our work cut out for us over the next couple of days, but I'm going to go ahead, crash. I'll get back out here in the morning. We'll keep making some progress. I think we're going to be all right. Hopefully, we can pull this off. All right, guys, so next day here, got the Ranger pulled out of the paint booth. I've missed almost half a day of being able to work on this thing because I have just not been feeling well today. I have felt absolutely terrible. I went this morning to the junkyard to pull off a front bumper, a rear bumper, brake booster, a couple other things that we need to be able to wrap this Ranger up. Got a little too hot on top of already not feeling well. So I've kind of just been chilling out, trying to feel a little bit better and try to get up enough energy to get back out here and work on this thing. So I'm out here now. We've got a few things we need to do. We still need to build the seat bracket for the driver's seat. We still need to install the bumpers. We still need to change that brake booster. We're going to flip the rear axle to drop the back end of this thing. We're going to cut a couple of the front springs, cut I think 1 coil out of that to try to drop the front about 2 inches. So hopefully we can drop this thing way down and get it pretty low, pretty level, things like that. We've got some rebar to weld in front of the driver's seat because you have to have something there just in case something tries to fly in the cab. And we also need to put our bed bolts in, which I got this morning at the junkyard. So we've got several things that need to be done tonight because we have to get all of that done tonight so we can paint tomorrow, because tomorrow is Thursday and we're supposed to be leaving Friday, headed to the Freedom Factory. I've got most of the decals cut out, so whenever we get everything finished up Friday, when we get up, before we leave, we can throw the stickers on, or we can throw them on at the Airbnb, however that plays out. We're going to make this thing happen. So I'm about to get to work now. Garrett, I believe, is on his way. He's going to come and help me get some of this stuff knocked out. Hunter had to work today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started right now building the seat brackets, because that's something I can knock out pretty quickly and pretty easily by myself. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work on that. And then hopefully here in a few minutes, we've got a seat ready to be mounted in the Ranger. All right, guys. Well, after some trial and error and fitting and taking out and putting back in and taking out and putting back in again, we finally have the full containment seat in the truck. Huge shout out to Race Quip for the sponsorship on this rig. They sent us the seat, a new race suit, harnesses, shoes, all the safety equipment that we needed to be able to get this rig safe for the Freedom Factory. Also, I had some help show up. Hey, what's up, Garrett?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, dude? So Garrett is here, and in the meantime, he has went ahead, and if you can see it right there, he went ahead and put the front and rear bumpers on. So that way we were making some progress while I was making some progress. If I only had 3 or 4 people here all the time, things would move a lot faster. But we are making some progress. Now that the seat is in, we're going to take it back out one more time, because we do want to go ahead and powder coat that seat frame that we built, because we don't want it to rust and mess up the seat and all that good stuff. So the seat's going to come back out. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and replace that brake booster. We're going to go ahead, start gutting these doors, and we're going to start working toward getting the body all the way back assembled so we can get this thing in the paint booth tomorrow to get it painted, because tomorrow's Thursday and we're leaving on Friday, and we are running out of time. And we still have some other things we want to do, like lowering the truck. We really want to do that because this thing looks like a skateboard sitting 1.5 feet above these 23-inch tires that we got on it. So it definitely needs to be dropped. So hopefully we're able to kind of work things around, be able to make time to get all of that done. But we have a lot to do and not a lot of time. So I'm going to shut up. We're going to get to work. I'm going to let Garrett go ahead and replace that brake booster. He had talked about that earlier. He's going to do that. I'm going to get to work on doing a little bit of wiring and a few other things. Hopefully get all of that knocked out. We're pushing it, but I think we're going to make it. All right, guys. So ended up last night not exactly following the plan. Garrett did go ahead and get the brake booster changed. I started some wiring, but realized that a lot of the wiring that needed to be done was going to be our oil pressure gauge and water temp gauge, which I realized also couldn't and shouldn't really be done until we got the aluminum dash in, which we did. We got it put in, spent a lot of time trying to figure that out because my brake is 4 foot. The cut or the bend was a little less than 4 foot, but this is a little thicker material that I'm used to working with, and it was an absolute monster to bend. So we had to get creative with that. Got it bent, though. Got it cut out so we were able to keep the original cluster, and also I'll be able to cut out some little holes to be able to put those gauges in and get that taken care of. But I'll show you guys that real quick, and then I'm about to get started because today is Thursday. This is the last working day we've got. I'm about to get started, finishing up a couple little things under the hood, and then we are going to be getting to work bolting the rest of the body panels on this thing, and I'm going to take the DA sander to it and go ahead and start getting this thing sanded down so we can start shooting some paint, because we have to shoot paint today in order to make this happen. We could go, I guess, without painting it, but I want to paint it. That's my whole goal and the whole thing that I want to do. So I'm going to go ahead, show you guys that, and then we're going to get to work getting this thing paint prepped and all of that. We've still got a little suspension work to do, but as long as the paint prep work is done, then we can do our suspension work, and as soon as the suspension work is done, take it, throw it right in the paint booth, and go ahead and get to work. So check this dash out. All right, so we got us a nice little sheet of aluminum there.
You can see right there, I cut everything out. So we're able to get our cluster in there. The cluster fits nicely, works. I also took this little piece of aluminum and bent it over the top and riveted that in place. It's good and solid. So it doesn't look perfect. It doesn't look as good as it did in my head, but I think it looks pretty sharp. I think it looks pretty decent. So next thing I'll do is go ahead and cut those little holes there, and then I'll put my gauges in right there, run the wires to those, all that good stuff. But in the meantime, I need to go ahead and get this seat out of here because I definitely don't want to mess that up by sanding. I need to clean out the inside, and then I've got some stuff to sand down and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead, get this thing outside, and we're going to go ahead and get started doing some sanding. All right, so the hood is sanded, fenders are sanded, most of the truck itself is sanded. And as you can see behind me, we have got a whole heck of a lot of stuff going on. Hunter is on the rubber wheel on the drill, taking the rest of those pinstripes off so we can sand that spot. We've got Garrett over on the driver door right now. He's gutting those doors to take out as much of that weight as possible, so he's gonna do the driver's side and the passenger side. I'm about to get to work on swapping the throttle body and also taking care of a couple of other things under the hood. There's a little bit of wiring under there that still needs to be done. And so I'm gonna be doing that while they're doing that. So we're killing just a bunch of birds with one single stone all at the same time. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this thing sanded, and it's pretty much gonna be ready to go in the booth. So lots and lots of things going on at one time. Not a whole bunch of time to get it all done in, because we need to have this truck in the paint booth within like 2 hours in order to be able to get this thing painted today. So lots of work, lots of things going on. We're gonna be in good shape. Things are gonna be in good shape. Well, she's starting to look like a little something.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, there's a front clip on it.
Front clip on it for the first time since the day we brought it to the house, and it's sanded and ready for paint.
For the most part.
For the most part. There's the roof and the bed on the driver's side, I think, is all that's left. But Garrett,
Look how filthy. Look how filthy it
Garrett
is.
from Misfit Moto again. Anyways, so we put him to work. He got these doors gutted. So this thing just lost a bunch of weight on both sides because the window regulators, the glass, all of it
Heavy.
came out. So,
Hey, there's actually a piece of the door right there.
piece of the door right there. We've got an absolute mess around here because it's crunch time. We ain't had time to straighten up, nothing. But this thing's really close. It's pretty much sanded and pretty much ready for paint. But we've decided, hey, look, we've got like an hour and a half of extra time before we would have to have it in the paint booth to get it painted by tonight. So we've decided we're gonna slam it. A lot.
Oh, there they are right there. That's what we got. The springs. Thanks, Garrett.
Garrett went and picked up an extra set of springs because I was scared to mess up the other ones. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a full coil off the front springs, the spare front springs. Stick in it. That should drop the front 3 inches. We're also gonna flip the rear axle because it sits under the leaf springs. We're gonna put it on top of the leaf springs. Don't think that's gonna be that big of a deal. We just gotta weld the perches on. Not a problem. I think we can do all that in an hour and a half. Worst case, we don't get the coils put in today. We paint it and we put them in tomorrow before we leave.
Maybe.
Couple options there. But anyway, we're gonna pull this thing in here, pull that front or pull that rear in. I'm gonna cut the coils while y'all work on that. I'm gonna let y'all do that. I'll do the easy stuff. Anyway, I'll let y'all work on that. Get that pulled in here. Hopefully here in a minute, this joker's sitting on the ground, fixing to get it in the paint booth, get it sprayed. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
Well, brother, I thought we were lowering this joker. Oh. that slammed.
Sheesh.
That has dropped dramatically.
It needed that. Now we just need to front the mask.
Yeah, but we'll do that in the morning.
will.
I mean, we'll cut the coals today, but
Yeah.
we'll put them on tomorrow.
So what we've decided is that we're running out of paint time. And paint can't cure if it ain't on the truck.
That's true. And painting at night sucks.
It does. So it's about 3:30-ish now. So we got very minor sanding left to do. So we're going to hit that real quick. We're going to go ahead and get this thing in the booth. Go ahead and get it sprayed. That way it can dry tonight. We'll get out here in the morning because tomorrow's when we're leaving. It's not going to take that long to change coils. So we're going to go ahead, get it over in there, and go ahead and get some paint laid down and all that stuff. But we were a little concerned when we did this about how much suspension travel we were going to have. We're fine.
That is more than
We are
enough.
fi- I mean, I can get up in this rig. That just hit the bump stop, and the bump stop sits down like that far. So, honestly, I think she's gonna be fine.
I'm actually really surprised how much travel there is.
Yeah, there's no C notch. All we did was literally put the rear end on top of the springs, but it lowered it right where it needed to be. The fit on those wheels and tires is phenomenal.
Because them things look really small.
They did. We're like skateboard.
Actually, just like that.
Yeah, just like that. But I think worse because the back was jacked up.
It way jacked up.
Anyway, she's slammed now, but we're going to go ahead, get this joker backed out. We got a little bit of sand left to do. We're going to get that done. We're going to go ahead and get it in the paint booth, fixing to shoot some paint. She's coming together.
Well, bud, I think as fast as that, we masked anything off.
This is record time for us. We
A lot faster than Hank's truck.
a lot faster. We prep, mask, and are ready to spray this thing in less than an hour.
We've been busting our butts. If you can't tell
Yeah,
by his stretched out, dirty shirt.
we're pretty beat down. So, anyway, we're basically ready to spray some paint. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you guys ahead of time. I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be the worst paint job I've ever done. There's no body work been done. No rock chips were feathered out. Nothing was primed aside from with an aerosol primer. But we all know this thing is not going to look as good as it does now once we leave. I'm sure of it.
We're going to be trading paint with other trucks, probably the wall maybe, we don't know. But some is bound to scratch it.
On that note, I want to go ahead and address the fact that you and Garrett have said about 47 times today that I'm going to hit the wall.
Garrett did. That was my first time.
Okay, fine. You want Garrett 46, but either way, he's wanting me to hit the wall. He went to the junkyard this morning and got all right-sided suspension ready to replace everything because he's like, if you hit the wall, it's going to be on the right side. He said multiple times today, if you hit the wall or hit the wall. In some way, he has insinuated that I'm going to find out what the wall feels like.
But the thing was, when I said that though, I'm talking about like if you bump another truck when you're on the outside lane, you scratch the wall. That's what I'm talking about.
Run a little high. Maybe
Exactly.
Down, Yeah.
I mean, rest in peace to the wheels.
Yeah, well, we got a powder coat oven.
That's true.
So, anyway, it's getting late in the day. We're running out of time. We still have some stuff that has to be done tomorrow after it's painted, but it has to be painted today so it can sit through the night, cure by tomorrow, and that way we can get out here tomorrow, finish up the last few things, get this joker in the trailer, and get to Bradenton. So, we'll get in there and mix up some base coat. You guys are going to really, really like what we have in mind for this thing. We're trying something we've never done before. So it's going to be completely new to us, and I have no idea how it's going to turn out. It may turn out absolutely awful, but if it turns out good, it's going to look real cool.
But the thing is when we do it, it's all abstract, so it's
All
good. It's
abstract.
good.
It's all abstract. Should be fine. The white base coat will look fine. From there, we'll find out. You guys will see what we got in mind.
My base coat's not covering my not primed spots very well. I remember now why I use sealer. Yeah. So, let's see how that does.
All right.
Well, looking like a brand new truck just about.
It's a completely different truck than it was a while ago, kind of.
Kind of.
So, it's white. Looks pretty decent. It may not look decent here in a little bit because we have paint markers. We're gonna try to make this look like it came out of a comic book. I don't know how that's gonna go.
The thing is, though, it's all abstract, so it's okay.
It's all abstract, so I guess technically there is no wrong.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, I got a buddy that did a 180 like this, so we can just look at his car. for reference.
We might be okay. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is basically highlight all of the body lines, all of the door openings, all the fender gaps, all of that stuff, and make it look like this was drawn in a comic book. I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. I've never done this before.
Yeah, he's not that much of a nerd like I am, so he has no idea.
No, so I'm also not an artist at all.
Oh, neither am I.
Never been good at that. So anyway, here's hoping. We're gonna set this up on time lapse. We're about to draw all over this truck before we clear coat it, and I hope it turns out okay. Hopefully it looks really cool, but only time will tell.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. All right, guys, so we got the truck out of the booth this morning. As you can see, turned out really, really sick. Thing is looking absolutely insane, and I think that it's probably going to be something that turns heads this weekend and definitely gets some attention. As you can see on the driver's side, I did go ahead and start putting on some of the decals this morning while I was waiting for some of the guys to get here. So Garrett is getting started jacking this thing up, so he's going to go ahead and drop that front end. We cut the springs last night. We ended up cutting a full coil out of the front coil spring, so that should take it down probably 2.5 to 3 inches and bring it down kind of level with the rear end after we actually flipped it yesterday. So everything is turning out really, really nicely. We're supposed to be leaving here in just a couple of hours to get headed down south to the Freedom Factory. So everything is starting to come together. We were really kind of leery of all of that for a little bit. Because we weren't sure how things were going to go. We were running out of time and all of that good stuff. But everything is starting to come together. While these guys are here working on the truck, I do have to go to town, get a couple of parts and a couple other things to be able to completely wrap this thing up before we're ready to go. So I'm going to leave them with it. I'm going to go get what we need. We'll get back. We'll get this thing finished up in the trailer. We're getting ready. It's getting close. Getting real excited.
I shut off. That ground.
Oh, you know what? I have a bad ground.
That's what I just said that. Thanks.
I'm gonna run the wiper.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right, guys, so after a really, really long week, we've made it to the Freedom Factory. We've got a lot of work left to do on the truck. I know this has kind of been a long video, kind of been all over the place, but we just had so much to do on this truck. We just had to be all over the place, unfortunately. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you check out that one right there because YouTube thinks it'll be the best thing for you to watch next, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.